Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
It impacts everybody, and you've probably noticed it cutting into your budget.
Money ain't going for enough.
The cost of everything from food to toiletries is up, and it may stay that way for a while. A Michigan congresswoman says she's feeling the pinch too, and she's tracking prices in the area.
In the past year, grocery prices have seen the largest increase in more than a decade.
Largely because of inflation and supply chain issues, as we know, it's getting the attention of lawmakers from Michigan. Price of meat, chicken, fish, all up 13%. Milk, fruit, vegetables, all up about 4%. Our Sean Lay spoke with Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, and Sean, she's been keeping track of the prices for folks in her area.
She is tracking prices, and look, we all don't have to know the number that inflation is at a 38-year high, because we can see that up close and feel it when we go to the grocery store. We've got to go. We've got to get food to feed our families, and we're seeing the prices going up and up and up. And Devin, you mentioned it. Congresswoman Debbie Dingell also tracking prices when she goes to the grocery store in Dearborn. It's inflation all of us can see and feel.
It's high everywhere.
Food prices already up 2 to 20% in January, and Alexis Cornwell sees those increases in just about every store aisle.
Bread, milk, butter, meat, chicken, beef.
She's trying to keep her food bill under control.
Coupons. It's all about coupons.
For Eunice Platt,
Everything is creeping up. So when you go in the store, if you know what it used to cost and what it costs now, money ain't going for enough.
she's only buying store brands and only buying exactly what she needs. Also tracking our soaring food prices.
And I was stunned at what my grocery bill was.
Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, who shops at the same grocery store in Dearborn every week.
When you looked at the receipt, how much more was it than normal?
It was, $100 more.
And when Dingell shops,
inflation's real.
She's posting prices on her Instagram and Facebook pages. Dingell says getting a handle on inflation, high food prices must become a priority in Washington.
And I am pushing our leadership very hard to address the semiconductor issue, chips, and the supply chain issue.
Back here live talking to shoppers today, and you may be doing this at home now, strategizing about these higher prices. People are saying they're really couponing right now, and they're also looking for the best deals. One way to do that I have discovered is a app called Flip, and it's not a coupon app. What it does is just aggregate. It just puts on here every flyer from every store. You can punch in the stores you shop at, so you can kind of compare and contrast and then get a game plan together when you go to the store, and it could save you some bucks moving forward, Devin.
It's really interesting, Sean. We've seen politicians get tripped up over the years for not, say, knowing the price of a gallon of milk at any given time. It's really interesting to see her posting prices.
That's a great point. That's the exact question I asked Debbie Dingell, as a matter of fact, that politicians do get tripped up. She says she has been tracking grocery prices ever since she's been elected. It's a way to connect with her, with people, constituents, and she puts it on social media. Other people chime in also with prices that they're seeing. So it's kind of a way to we all kind of feel the pain together.
Yeah. All right, Sean. All right, now to General Motors, making an enormous investment that's going to create thousands of jobs in Michigan. GM's going to spend more than $7 billion at 4 Michigan manufacturing sites to make more electric vehicles. It'll invest $4 billion to convert the plant in Orion Township for production of EV pickups, the Chevy Silverado, the GMC Sierra. GM says it'll create more than 2,300 new jobs and retain 1,000 workers when the plant is fully operational by 2024. GM's also spending more than $2.5 billion to build a battery cell plant near Lansing, creating 1,700 jobs there.
And we intend to bring our employees along with us through this transformation to that all-electric future. And that includes thousands of employees right here in Michigan who will help us make our home state the epicenter of the electric vehicle industry.
GM is doubling down on their commitment to make it in Michigan, building on our legacy and forging our future as leaders of electrification.
This morning, the Michigan Economic Development Board approved more than $820 million in incentives and tax breaks to try to help make it possible.
An advisory has been issued for areas along the St. Clair River due to ice blockage that is now trapping some cargo ships. Today, U.S. and Canadian Coast Guards freed this cargo ship near Algonac State Park. There's already been some minor flooding from Marysville to Algonac, which is where the advisory has been issued. So far, no homes or businesses have been impacted. Officials say crews are trying to be proactive because of concerns stemming from significant flooding this time last year.
Very cold out, and in fact getting colder these days.
Sure is. Paul is tracking weather that will make it feel like it is below zero outside. Paul?
Absolutely, and that cold weather has caused that ice jam in the St. Clair River. That flood advisory you just mentioned, Karen, is in effect until 8:15 tomorrow morning. So let's talk about what's happening. We had this deep freeze, this Arctic blast come in, and it's been for most of the month. And these chunks of ice are flowing down the river, and then they got jammed up here. And then when that happens, well, the water can't back up, so it kind of spreads laterally, and that's causing the flooding that we're seeing. Now, Coast Guard cutters are trying to break up that ice and get things flowing again, so hopefully that will be resolved by tomorrow morning. Right now, temperatures are in the teens. Wind chills in most areas are in the single digits, so it's a cold evening. But if you're just heading out the door right now to head downtown to LCA for the Pistons game, a slow initial drop through the teens this evening with wind chills in the single digits, but as skies clear later tonight, temperatures are going to crater. Be back to talk about that and our weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Paul. Biden administration is pulling back its COVID vaccination and testing rules for large businesses. OSHA confirmed today the regulations will no longer be in effect. That starts tomorrow for businesses with more than 100 employees. It follows the Supreme Court's decision to block the rule earlier this month. Other headlines today. Masks will no longer be required in schools in St. Clair County after Friday. The health department believes cases in schools there are now at manageable levels. There will be no mandate, but the State Health Department is still encouraging schools to require masks until transmission rates drop below 10%.
As those free at-home COVID tests are beginning to arrive in homes across America, some poison control centers are issuing a warning. Dr. Frank McGeorge joins us to explain what the concern is and also the steps you need to take, especially if you have young children at home. Doc?
Yeah, Karen, each of these home test kits is going to include a small bottle of liquid. Those contain the compounds that are needed to create the chemical reaction that actually gives you the results of the test. Now, they are completely safe if they're used as directed, but they should be treated like other chemicals and medications and kept out of the reach of children.
The tests come in various brands and packaging.
A lot of them involve the little liquid vials. Some of them are droppers or test tubes that contain a liquid chemical.
Dr. Anthony Jaworski runs the poison control unit at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. He says they've received more calls involving exposures from at-home COVID tests over the past 2 months. One concern, a preservative called sodium azide, an ingredient the FDA says is hazardous. Some children are drinking it, and some adults have mistaken it for eye drops.
We call that container confusion, where people actually just mix up the containers thinking that they are using one product when they're actually using another.
Most exposures are minor.
In worst case scenarios, it may cause a drop in blood pressure, but that's not something we would expect necessarily here. Just the concentration is really far below the level of concern.
Experts say to reduce the risk, store the test kits out of the sight and reach of children. Read the instructions first and follow them carefully. And when finished with the contents of the kit, dispose of it immediately. Just be sure to take a picture of the results in case you need it later.
Now, if you do have an accidental exposure to any of the chemicals in the test kits, flush the skin or eyes with water immediately. And if someone consumes the liquid, you should call poison control right away for instructions. And that number is 800-222-1222. That is, again, 800-222-1222.
Important reminders for sure for everybody. Thank you, Doc.
The trial will continue as scheduled for the 5 men charged in the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer.
Today, a judge denied the motion that was filed by the men's attorney last month, asking to dismiss the indictment due to government overreaching and misconduct. Brandon Caserta, Barry Croft, Adam Fox, Caleb Franks, and Daniel Harris face kidnapping conspiracy charges. They have pleaded not guilty, saying they are victims of entrapment. The trial's set for March 8th. The Detroit Police Department needs your help to solve a teen's murder from over 1 year ago. Deontay Drake is wanted for shooting and killing a 16-year-old boy during a robbery. It happened in November of 2020 on Edmore near 8 Mile and Redmond on the city's east side. If you know where he is, call police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
Biden administration briefing high-level congressional staffers today as the president weighs his options over possible responses to Russian aggression against Ukraine. While the president says the U.S. and NATO are not likely to respond with military force, he is also warning President Vladimir Putin that he will face severe economic consequences should Russia choose to invade. With few signs of diplomatic progress, the U.S. is preparing for a potential Russian invasion of Ukraine that officials warn could be imminent.
There will be enormous consequences if he were to go in and invade.
As Russian troops mass on the Ukrainian border, up to 8,500 U.S. troops are now on heightened alert for possible deployment to Eastern Europe, while NATO allies are sending jets and ships to the region.
We have no intention of putting American forces or NATO forces in Ukraine. But as I said, there are going to be serious economic consequences if he moves.
This as Russia announces new military exercises, sending more equipment to Belarus, including surface-to-air missile system units, and blaming Washington's decision for the escalation, and continuing to demand security concessions from Ukraine and NATO. Ukraine's foreign minister responding in an exclusive CNN interview Tuesday.
If anyone makes a concession on Ukraine, behind Ukraine's back, first, we will not accept that.
Ukraine says Russia is trying to destabilize the country ahead of any planned military invasion. But the Kremlin denies it's planning to attack and argues that NATO's support for Ukraine constitutes a growing threat on Russia's western flank.
If he were to move in with all those forces, it would be the largest invasion since World War II. It would change the world.
Now, members of Congress are set for full briefings on the situation when they return to the Capitol, and that's next week.
Up next on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, how our supply chain problems could get worse.
The computer chip shortage has impacted everything from cars to computers, of course, but to cell phones and on and on. And now China is locking down cities that manufacture those chips. Ahead at 6:30, how long it could take to get products from China and what that means for American consumers.